Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Let me make sure I'm unmuted. I think I am. So I had something to talk about this evening. Oh yeah, I have the biggest guest in the history of the channel coming on tomorrow. So I wanted to take this evening to just kind of preview that and let you all really, all of you that join tonight, really get your questions ready. So Jay of Zega Advisors, who uses the YieldMax fund family. That's their main product. He's coming on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, when I did the live stream in the middle of the day, and I had all of you show up, I need all of you on tomorrow to pick his brain because this is the ace of spades when it comes to these YieldMax funds. So have all of your questions ready and let's have a really good discussion. I think he's going to be able to come on for at least 30 minutes, hopefully more, but he's been very generous to, come onto the channel in the first place. So I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of a little bit in shock myself because this will be by far the biggest guest I've had in the history of the channel on here. So I definitely want to make it a good discussion, and your participation will help that as well. If we can get 20 or 30 people on, and everyone come up with good questions and whatnot. But really, a shout out to a couple of subscribers, but really one in particular. Um, he goes by KJK Good. I won't reveal his real name because I don't think he wants that, but he's really the one that's been instrumental in linking us up and getting this to happen. So really shout out to him, kudos to him. But really, we finally got in touch, and as of today, it really came together fast. And he gave me some times that he could come on, and I said, all right, let's do the later the better, 5 p.m. So all right, we got a couple of you on here. Hoffman's on. I was looking. I had to go into the office today, but I did see it went up to like 266. I'm gonna sell at some point, but I think were you the one that said it's got another $40 to run? I'm probably gonna let it go another. We'll see how it does this week. If it's up at the end of this week, I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic following it. I'm gonna look really close, but if it ends this week up, I may hold it another week or so. We'll see. I may have to really break out my own technical analysis skill this week. So, Denny Keaton, howdy, welcome. So how did Meta actually end up today? Let me see. I know it was up 266 in the intraday because I was looking. So let's see. We ended 262, so we're kind of like flat basically. But anyway, for those of you that haven't heard yet, Jay from Zega Financial and YieldMax is coming on tomorrow. So I want you all to be ready and gear up. Have your questions ready. Is 266 an all-time high for Meta? Now, has Meta split? I can't remember. Believe it or not, Meta was actually the first stock I ever bought when it was Facebook. No, the all-time high was, I didn't think it was. The all-time high was 380, August 2021. You'll have to check that again there, Hoffman. Yep. Awesome news. I'm looking forward to it. I bought some TSLY, APLY, and OARK. Wow, you must just be loaded with money. Every time you comment on here, you're buying something new. I would be buying new stuff, but I'm focused on actually just paying bills and buying stuff at this point. Otherwise, I would be buying new funds. I will be soon. But yeah, so you said some NVDY also, half considering selling out of VOO at the moment, buying more of one of those. You know what I'm going to ask Jay tomorrow? My first question off the bat, to preview it, I'm going to ask him why NVDY didn't go up more when NVIDIA had that huge blast last week. I want to know why NVDY didn't go up more. I mean, it's up like $3, but what was NVIDIA up, like 25%? So I still don't quite understand, and I'm sure he'll be able to explain all that because he's already given an email explanation to KJK Good, or I think two or three of you on here are in contact with him. A couple of you forwarded what he said, and he gave a really good explanation actually. So I look forward to him coming on tomorrow and being able to do the same in person. By the way, NVIDIA is still on its huge run today. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's see here. Yeah, I was in the office today, so I didn't follow the meta too close, but 380 was the high, the all-time high. Okay, so we were up in, let's see, one day here, we were up 27.5%, 27.5%. So, all right, let's see what you said here. Haha, I'm on a mission. The more I add, the quicker I get to my goal. That's true for all of us. Let's see. I'm sure it blew through its call strike. Okay, is that why it didn't go up as much? I'm still kind of mastering this myself. Because I know we were up in the after hours that day when I saw the earnings come out, and some of you were messaging, look at NVIDIA. We were up like to $26 from 20. So we were up $6 out of 20. What is that percentage wise? Isn't that like close to 30%? That's like, yeah. Wow. How's that for the coach's math there? 6 divided by 20 is exactly 30%. How's that for just an off the cuff guess there? Sam here. Sam talks finance. What are you like taking his name now? Exactly. Same. Okay. So yeah. So we were up to 26 in the intraday after hours that day, but then we came back down to earth, so to speak. And the highest point we were at was like 24. Ooh, Palantir. You know, I have some Palantir too. That's what I like to hear, taking advantage of that thick compounding. Yeah. Compounding is good stuff, right? You know, one of my first videos I did, it's an old one now, but you can see I tried harder. I was like in front of my TV and it's all dark and stuff. And I did a PowerPoint presentation. It looks kind of like a school presentation, but that's one of my, it's still like the channel trailer. So it's like the first, if you pull it up on your desktop, it's like the first video that comes up. There's some like cheesy music and stuff. This is back when I got less views, but like I worked harder for less views basically. So you said I'm having the same problem selling covered calls against my Palantir stock. Oh, I haven't even tried to sell covered calls against Palantir. That's what I like. Oh yeah, I read that one already. Ask Jay for a dividend calculator to predict these funds' monthly payouts. Or better yet, just have you join tomorrow and ask these questions yourself. How about that? Because it's going to be hard for me because I'm going to be kind of like emceeing the whole thing. So I'm going to be talking to him, facilitating the conversation and whatnot. So I need all of you all. I'll put the comments up just like I'm doing here today. It's going to be very similar to today. It's just we're going to have him as a guest, hopefully. And maybe we'll get Andre if we can. I don't know if he can join or not. That's a little bit early. So yeah, you'll try. Like I said, the funny thing, a few weeks ago, I did a live stream in the middle of the day and it was like a record attendance. So it was like none of you work or you're all working from home, but not really working, right? Because I couldn't believe there was like 25 of you on. It was funny. So yeah, really just wanted to preview tomorrow. Kind of this is like the hype video, like before like the boxing match. Not that it will be a boxing match, but you know, like this is kind of like the build up, so to speak. What's this? It keeps blowing through my strikes. I keep buying the calls back. What a run up. What stock is that? Palantir? I'll ask some good ones. Well, you definitely have to show up, Big Lance. It wouldn't be a true live stream without you. So clarify this here, Denny Keaton. What stock is that? Palantir? I don't know if I would even try because Palantir has been fluctuating a lot, hasn't it? We're up to 1471. I almost want to say I'm in the black on this one. Let me see. Ooh, we are running up. How about that? Yeah, but we used to be. That's a recent run up, but yeah, we used to be like 20, almost $30. That was our high point. God, everything peaked in 2021. 35. We were at 35.18 in January 2021. That was like the meme stock phase, so to speak. Of course, back for the humor. Well, we'll try to sprinkle some of it in tomorrow. But this guy is probably going to be, you know, more on the serious side. But we'll definitely try to keep it light and keep it funny. I'll ask him if he's hiring too. If anybody, you know, is looking for a job or something, you know, I'll bring that up. Yeah, Palantir is what I thought you were talking about. So how do you? Well, don't you want to do covered? See, you're really getting screwed on that. If it's doubled, which I just saw that looking on my phone, being that it's basically more than doubled in the last couple of weeks, the covered calls, you're going to be getting screwed on that. You're going to be having to buy back at a higher price or rolling them. Don't you want to use that strategy when you're thinking it's going to drop? Like if you were thinking it's going to drop to from 15 to 7, then you could basically have those options expire worthless and then use that strategy. Wouldn't that be what you would want to do? I mean, that's what I would think. But I've similarly gotten screwed. Like I think I showed you guys, I'm in a JP Morgan. I'm in 2 covered calls on that one that I'm going to have to decide what to do. Any high yield stocks or ETFs that have some growth? I would hope so. Um, I mean, recently all these YieldMax ones are having some nice growth. I mean, oh, and TSLY is in the black today, actually. I know. Oh, how I know. Yeah, I've done the same thing. Like I said, I was 3 weeks in a row. This is almost a year ago now, but 3 weeks in a row with Blackstone. I was making like $1,000 a week, and then week 4, boom, wiped out, just like at the casino, just completely wiped out. I bought back because I didn't want to lose the stock, but needless to say, a month later, I ended up losing it all anyway because I didn't realize there's such a thing as like after hours trading, and it's like not horse thieves, but some stock thieves showed up in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. and stole my stock away. I mean, I got called out of it basically, the whole thing pretty much. I got called out of it. So that strategy is null and void at this point. Exactly. UWI, our favorite channel. We'll try to get him on too. He got smacked on Clip. I'm not surprised. So many of you keep asking me about Clip, and I haven't done a video on. Well, I have done a video. I think I've done at least a clip on Clip in a video. But yeah, I'm not invested in that, so I didn't get smacked or clapped on that one. Clapped on Clip. It's like a tongue twister. So, all right, I guess we'll go back to stock analysis here for some visuals. And how's the sound, by the way? Is the sound better if I have this up here or down here? I tried to move. I have kind of a ghetto stand-up desk here in my kitchen, basically. It's basically, I have my computer on like a step stool. It's not like a professional coach's station at all. But one day I'll give like a backstage tour. Not much of a stage, but basically I noticed the sound gets a little muffled because I'm using a MacBook. So some of the speakers I think are under. That's why you hear me when it moves. Sometimes it goes like, it makes this noise and stuff. Upgrade my background. I thought this is like a awesome background. Isn't this like a financial looking background? There's numbers on the microwave. See, all you need is numbers as a financial channel. There's good lighting. I'm standing here. I thought this was a great background. And you know what? It doesn't really affect the views. Like there are people that will say, "Oh, if you had this background." Let me say this. I don't know how far some of you all go back in my video history, but I shot videos in the mountains, like very scenic background, and I had less views than I have standing here. So, you know, I like that idea. That's actually a very good idea. Highest bidder. So let's have a contest for that. Whoever, how about this one? Whoever gives me like $100 super chat, you'll get your custom banner in the background. You know what I could do? Here's a funny idea. Hold on a second. I'm glad we're having some fun here because I'm going to break out the space helmet. So anyone that asks a dumb question tomorrow, if we were in person, I would have you wear the space helmet, Space Cadet. You know, I used to want to take this to work and give it out. Like when somebody did something stupid or didn't understand something, I'd want to just have I want to put the space helmet on their desk and say, all right, the space helmet sits on your desk for a day because you're a space cadet for a day. And that's generous because some of these people are space cadets all the time, 24/7. But just for a day, you know, the space helmet has to sit on your desk. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad you like the color of my cabinets. I didn't pick them. It came with the house this way. So I'm not well versed in cabinetry, honestly. They just happen to be here. Too much cabinet space, honestly. It's good for resale though, whoever I sell this place to. But I'm afraid, you know, selling, I may not ever get a house again at this rate. So can we do the next video on your patio? I would actually, but it's at night right now. You know, the funny thing, so most of you know I'm in Florida. If you guys find this, I don't know how far you go back in my video history, but I live streamed from my patio during the hurricane because I rode out the storm here, and you can see stuff in the background, you know, blowing around and stuff. So I try to have scenic backdrops and stuff like that. But like I say, the views were less back then. Hey mom, make me a meatloaf. That's a reference to something, isn't it? Not good for UWI. Yeah, but somehow his subscribers keep growing. I need to shop for subscribers at that same store. Just joking. All mine are real. Okay, highest. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, I like those ideas. China is in a bear market at the moment. Really? They're not growing again? Do they still have like that zero COVID policy, or is COVID pretty much over at this point? That's funny. Um, okay, yeah, if I stream during the day, I can definitely, because the patio is right there basically, and I have a table now, so I could definitely. I even go. My cousin, like some of you know, and one of you on here actually lives near where she is in Northern California. She's basically in the mountains up there, and if you just go back to February, I was out there, and I did a couple of videos like out in the snow in her front yard. Basically, her front yard, it's like a park, basically. So sometimes I do stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily. And I used to do car videos too, like in my car. Um, but I can't really maneuver my phone now. I use this insurance app to get cheaper insurance rates, so I can't really. I shouldn't be touching my phone while I'm driving. So unless I get like a what do you call it? I mount the phone to the windshield. I could try to do that possibly. So anyway, like I said, you know, it's funny because one or two streams ago, I actually went into my portfolio and stuff like that, and I didn't get a lot of comments on that. I was surprised because I took a pretty much a deep dive into one of my main accounts, so didn't get too much feedback from all of you all. Um, you could see it was basically a wash. Like one account was up 10,000, one was down 8,000. That's the Roth, because unfortunately AT&T and a lot of those telecom stocks, or IQIYI, the Chinese Netflix, as they used to call it. Thanks, Motley Fool. Um, those have basically blown up that account. But thanks to those meta call options, the account is actually recovering. By the way, um, did you all see that? What was I going to say now? Oh, Netflix. So Netflix is going to crack down on password sharing. So now they want to make sure that you're basically on the same internet, same home connection as whoever's account you're using. So that's a real bummer. That means I'm gonna have to get my own Netflix now. That's a real bummer. So okay, my stuff is pretty safe. Well, I heard it from you, so I'm resting assured now. But yeah, Netflix stock is going way up. Actually, almost back to $400. So Jim Cramer was just a year late. So oh, there you are. I knew you'd show up eventually. Yeah, I was just talking about your area because my cousin lives near there, and I've done videos in her front yard area there, basically, and very scenic. Netflix for a breakout. Yeah, I should have bought leap options in Netflix. I mistimed a couple of the earnings. I did play it. I cashed out. I made like $100 on one. Yeah. So you think it's going to have a breakout, and you think Meta's going to go up another $40 also, right? KBWD is solid, and monthly dividend might have more potential than SVOL. You think so? Somebody in the comments was talking about how SVOL would basically go bankrupt if the VIX went to like 60. But do any of you all astute folks see that happening? Because I don't. It seems or I'm sorry, 60 seems pretty high for the VIX. So this one, KBWD, is Invesco KBW High Dividend Yield Financial ETF, 11.69%. So the dividend's not the same as SVOL, for one thing. How long has this one been around? Since 2011. It's down 40%, but I assume it's paid a consistent dividend. But still, I like the dividend in SVOL better. Yeah, Danaher dropped again. Like I said, I'm gonna ride it out. If it's like the Titanic, I'll be on the stern of the ship until it fully goes under, I guess. But let's see. Or I might salvage something before it's not looking too good right now. Mine was actually up, and believe it or not, I pared down and I actually bought more at a lower price. So I was up. I'm down like 81% overall. But yeah, mine are September 15th. I've got 15 contracts. They're worth like 50 cents now. I bought them at 273. Um, at some point, probably should have. I don't know. Did I misread that chart? Because I thought we were due at this point. It's if it followed basically. I guess I talked about it too much because if it followed the conventional what it's been doing the last couple of years, like I was saying, then it would have been, you know, a good deal. Look at that since 1984. It's like a J curve, a perfect J curve. See that? 10 years, even 5 years. Wow, 126%. Huh. So it was a $100 stock back in May 2018. How about that? Canada and other countries had massive influx of subscribers. What, for me or who? Oh, Netflix? Really? Let's look at how Netflix is done. I'm just kind of using the phone tonight here. Um, I know you all would rather see my face than a stupid visual. I may pull up that stock, what is it, stock analysis site. I'll pull that up in a second. Okay. So Netflix, after we fell off the roller coaster November 2021, dropped all the way down. Wow, last May would have been time to buy. It's basically doubled since then. How about that? 100%. 100% gain in Netflix. Would have been nice call options a year ago. My timing's just not quite there. Yeah, same here, writing it out. SVOL is run by Mike Green. Well, there's reason to sell it right now. I'm actually going to put in a sell order right now. I'm just kidding. I don't even know who Mike Green is. I've seen him in many interviews. He's very sharp. Oh, let me cancel that sell order then. I'll buy more now. That's how I make investment decisions, just, off the fly, just based on what I hear in a comment. Just kidding a bit. So, okay, very sharp guy. Yeah, I trust SVOL. I think it's good. And plus, you all wouldn't make dumb decisions anyway. So sometimes I just follow what you all do. Mike Green is the reason I stay with SVOL. He's one of the gurus of volatility trading. Oh, good. More reason to stay in. Yes, they did the password stuff there first. Yeah, that's kind of ticks me off because I see all these memes going around about Blockbuster. Blockbuster, actually, they were saying we never charged for sharing videos, but the thing is, you had to pay like $4 or $5 back then just to rent like one VHS tape, right? So it's not quite an apples to apples comparison. Which, if you think about that, that was a lot. Like back in the '90s or early 2000s, to rent like one tape just for a week. Or how long was the rental? Like a weekend? That was a lot, actually, compared to Netflix. Like, so Netflix, just for streaming, you're paying, what is Netflix now? Like, it used to be $8 or $9, but was it now like 13 or 15 or so? They're trying to price like within the HBO range. They had SVOL and TLTW on ETF battles. Both were considered good choices. Oh, ETF battles. Yeah, I got to check out that channel. 3 days for Blockbuster rentals. It's funny. There's one Blockbuster left in Oregon, and I was watching a Netflix documentary about it. They did a Netflix show, which is ironic because Blockbuster, I think, there was a time, and if you all business stories have some interesting twist like this. If you study, so Blockbuster at one point, Netflix was struggling so much, they actually tried to sell to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster just laughed them out the door. Blockbuster could have actually owned Netflix, which is crazy. And now look how the tables turned, obviously. But there's similar stories to that. Whether you study the story of like Facebook or what's the other one? Even like the McDonald's story, which is a really good one, like with Ray Kroc. And of course, Netflix, like all these famous business stories are really fascinating. So what's this? Only Blockbuster left is in Alaska. Why? I thought there was one in Oregon. I thought, yeah, because there was a big Netflix documentary about it. Ironically, there was a Netflix documentary about it. Be right back. So, all right, are you all getting your questions ready for Jay tomorrow? How many of you all are going to join tomorrow? I'm hoping we get at least 20. Because we got 14 of you on now. And I didn't really give much notice to this one. And darn it, I just remembered I didn't monetize this. So, all right, what do we want to go into today? Because I'll review these three funds that I mentioned in the title. So let me just take care of something here. But really, for everyone on here, be getting your questions ready for Jay for sure, and make sure they're smart questions. Otherwise, you're going to get the Space Cadet helmet virtually, because obviously we can't do it directly. All right, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, so like I'm saying, yeah, definitely be getting your questions ready. And let me just do something on the back end here real quick. By the way, we hit 1,600 subscribers. We're at like 1,612 at the moment. So let's keep going. Spread the word. Spread it to your friends and family. And let's keep THB Nation going, growing and growing. So yeah, hoping all of you all are able to show up. Like I said, the stream that I did in the middle of the day, like 3 weeks ago, went really well. A lot of you joined, and I was like, wow, middle of the day, nobody's working. Either that or everybody's like, working from home, but not really working too hard. So, all right. Yeah, I intended this to be kind of a preview of the YieldMax, the discussion with Jay tomorrow. And I'm hoping the main subscriber that helped put this together, I'm hoping that he joins tomorrow too. So I'll try to be a little more professional than I normally am because, yeah, I've never had a fund manager on the channel. Has he gone on any other channels, by the way? Because I haven't really been following other YouTubers here. Let's see what we got here. HYGW. Yeah, a lot of people love this one. Let me, since you mentioned it, I'll look at it. Only since you mentioned it and since you're a good fan, you're on here consistently. If you weren't, I wouldn't even look at it. So HYGW. Nothing really jumps out at me. Since 2022, we're down like 10%. Since the beginning of the year, we're flat basically, but I think it pays a good dividend. I know I've looked at it before. Fed rate hike next month does what to your macro plans? Do you think the Fed's going to keep raising rates? Or at what point are they going to start cutting? Because we're already starting to see big recoveries in a lot of the tech stocks. So I think that's really going to accelerate. That's why I haven't gone all in on my old strategy, because I'm waiting for the Fed to start cutting. The dude from Canada, well, that really narrows it down. There's a lot of dudes from Canada and ladies too. 20%. 20% of what? For what? Is that the dividend? I think you're right, because that's about what I did calculate the last time I looked at it. So, all right, since we've got 17 of you on here, and what's this here? Only take 3 more rate hikes. How do you know? You seem so certain. You say these things, you type these things in writing with such certainty. 3 more rate hikes seems like a lot. Is it like every, how many times does the Fed meet to do this? Is it like once a quarter? How many quarters do we actually have before the next election? Because I think by next summer, you watch, they're going to have everything looking really good by next summer. So I would think, how many between now? So I feel like time's flying by here. We're almost into June. November 24 is the next election. So how many more opportunities do they have? Oh, once every 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. So the clock is ticking. Well, let's figure that out real quick. So if it's 4 to 6 weeks, so you could say like once a month. So basically, you're saying by the end of the summer, we're going to be done with rate hikes, and then you're thinking the Fed will be back to a QE policy or a QE footing, because some people would probably argue that they haven't done enough QT. So, all right, if it's every 5 weeks or so, 5 or 6 weeks, that would be, just say, by September. by September they could be done raising rates, according to what you're saying. So it's like a year out. So we'll have time. Should we start loading up on leap options then? Because you know what? A lot of the tech stocks, if you look at it, no QE till like what, next January or so? Because that'll give them 10 months or so to really make things look good. Remember, in 2020, COVID really became a thing in March, so that gave them like 8 months. All right, take a sip here. All right, let's see what we got at the earliest. Yeah. Oh, so January at the earliest. They'll have a good 10 months. All right, now what? Okay, so Meta. Intraday. Hmm. Intraday. Oh, we opened up. See, if I was sitting here with my thumb on the trigger, 268. Wow, that I should have probably sold out of the gates this morning. So, of all the former Fang stocks, which ones are really recovering? Um, Meta is up from about a year ago, 35%. We really bottomed out in November. We're up 200% since then. Oh man, since last November. You know what's funny? November 2022, looking back, was basically the reverse of November 2021, because November 2021 was like the high point for the market. November 2022 was like the low point. So everything's been up since then. Not everything quite, but a lot of the tech stocks. So Meta, Tesla is overdue. By the way, Tesla's over $200 a share again. So if we look at Tesla from a year ago, it's flat basically. If we look from December, we're up like 83%. I thought we were up more than that actually. 86% since the beginning of the year. So I'm looking at the former FANG stocks, basically Facebook, Apple, Amazon. Let's look at Apple. Apple's on a nice recovery too. So leap options in all of these, basically leap options in all the former FANG stocks would have made you rich. Here I am sitting here saying this again like a Monday morning quarterback, of course. Could have just been buying them on the actual, Sunday afternoon. All right, so Apple is up 42% for the year. And I'll get to this YieldMax stuff in a second. I just want to look at the FANG stocks right now. All right, so Apple from a year ago, we're up 19%. From the beginning of the year, we're up like 42%. Amazon is on a nice recovery too. So Amazon, since the beginning of the year, all the tech stocks are recovering, basically. From about a year ago, flat. Still got a ways to go though to recover, because from our high point for Amazon, November 2021, we've still got about 34% to go. So that's, let's see, former Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, one of our favorites. I looked at this earlier, but I'll look again. Let's see, since the beginning of the year, 33%. Since last May, 100%. That's Netflix, and then Google, which is Alphabet. Which I get Google, Goog and Googl. I get them mixed up. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to break it out. Somebody has a Space Cadet question, so you may have to virtually wear this. So what is the Space Cadet question? Fire away. So come on, what's the question here? I'll finish. I skipped to your comment because I just saw it, but I got a lot more to go through actually. So go ahead, fire away. Space Force. I wonder what the numbers are. People that are enrolled in the Space Force now. All right. Oh, Google. So let's see. From about a year ago, 9.3% year to date, 38.9%. Should you automatically drop your dividends? What the heck? That definitely gets a space helmet for that. Drop dividends? You mean drip dividends? That's what I figured you meant. I was going to say I've never heard. I wouldn't drop them. I'd drop them in my pocket, but That's the only dropping I would do. That's actually a good question. That's not really a space cadet question. It depends. So you're thinking dollar cost average every month. Um, it depends. I used to drip all my dividends for some stupid reason, and I was being a little bit. They won't because there's no gravity. It's funny. So you got jokes too, huh? So before, and this was when I was just a novice investor, I thought for some reason I wouldn't like owe tax if I just reinvested all the dividends because I thought what's stupid, and I still think this is stupid because if you just reinvest all the dividends, where's the money going to come from? All of a sudden, you're they're taxable, you know. So it's like shit. I just got say $5,000 in dividends. I reinvested them all. What the hell? I owe tax on them now. Now I got to come up with money to pay tax on these because it's in a brokerage account. But it's always something I've thought was stupid. But I used to reinvest the dividends. But what happened? A lot of my stocks were getting to like 52-week highs. Like I talk about Blackstone and some of the others. They were getting to 52-week highs. So I'm like, well, I'm buying in new shares basically at 52-week highs. I would rather just have this cash money to buy something lower. So that's what I started doing. I just use them to buy new stocks. So that's what my strategy became. I've done both, but strategies are like really, I think, how we should be in life in general. We have to adapt over time to the situation on the ground, so to speak. Depends on the net asset value and if they're on an upswing. Yeah, you're looking a little bit more in depth into it. Um, all right, let me go back here because I skipped over some. Big dividend day tomorrow for ABR, Clip, RY. I assume you mean RYLD, XYLD, TYLG, and SVOL. Let's look at some of those I recognize, some of those I don't. The ones I recognize are good ones. The ones I don't are crap, like I say. Um, ABR. Oh, Arbor Realty. Oh yeah, that is a good one. 13.29%. I've seen YouTube videos on that one, so that must be a good one, right? Arbor Realty Trust. Yeah, 13.29%. That's right. And dang, that's not even on my list. Thanks for the reminder there, Damon. All right, so that one, how long has this one been around? Since '04. I just looked at this the other day, I think. Wow, since January 2009, 612%. God, the way to become rich investing, just time travel and just buy everything. Just look at how things have done historically and just time travel and just buy everything and you'll be insanely rich, right? Or run for Congress. Um, so Clip is reporting a dividend tomorrow. That's oh, it doesn't tell me. Yeah, but see, I'm telling you all with Clip, what's happening for every dollar a dividend you get, the fund is dropping a dollar. So you got to watch out for that. All right. 52-week high was what I'm. Oh, it's hitting a 52-week high. That makes sense now. We always let you clarify your comments, but if you don't clarify them by the end of the stream, you get the space helmet. Are there any good stocks we can invest in? Like, does Lockheed Martin do anything in space? They're too high at this point. I should have bought them before the Ukraine situation, which we don't hear much about anymore. That's one of the, some of these defense stocks have been very lucrative since 2011, 450% for Lockheed Martin. Did I look at, oh, shoot. I didn't finish looking at these. RYLD. I have some QYLD still. This one's still 13.12%. And let's see here. Down 22% since last February. For a year, we're down like 16%. Oh, I keep skipping over. RYLD. Oh, SVOL is tomorrow too. Yeah, good point. XYLD. I'll look at these just because you mentioned them. XYLD, $40. Ooh, I'd stay out of that one. I'd just buy more QYLD. Is QYLD reporting too? That's 1760. Hold on. 1763. Still holding at like 12%. So that's still, the dividend hasn't really fluctuated for QYLD. I'll give it credit. And there's a TYLG too. TYLG, Global X Information Technology Covered Call. Ooh, that might be a good play for this year because all the tech stocks are recovering. This is brand new, basically. Since 2022, 18%, up 18%. Pretty cool. Now let's examine Meta again. Meta, let's see. Um, Meta's done actually. If you look at it if you look at the chart here, it's done like a nice like V-shaped recovery. See that? If you look at the whole history of the stock, but basically, um, from let's see, May. Yeah, we did hit a 52-week high. You're right. So here's a question for you. Typically, when stocks break into a new 52-week high, do they keep running up? Is that a safe assumption then? Because I'm waiting for the extra $40 on that before I sell. And if I sell too soon, I'll just wait for you to super chat me the difference, right? Just kidding a bit. YieldMax strike on TSLY was 205, may hit and hurt the dividend. So if it hits, then they have to roll it, right? So then it costs the fund has to roll all their positions into a higher strike. So then so that it will impact the dividend negatively, basically. Is that right? From based on my limited option knowledge. Yeah, I had to roll out my covered calls on Tesla another 30 days at 205 strike. I might need to roll again. Well, I have some that I bought at a ridiculous price last year, and they're probably going to expire worthless, but that play didn't quite work out. That's like I said, I tried. So my NVDY strategy, which would have been genius if I had just, had the guts to stay in. I tried that NVIDIA, Meta, and Tesla. So three of the big former FANG plus T, if you will. Or I think they have a new term now, Matana, which is like the Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon or something like that. That was the new FANG, supposedly. I tried to do video on it because I thought that would rank, but it didn't do too well actually. But I think if you search for that, like I made a joke about, the Lion King, Hakuna Matata. I called it Hakuna Matana, and it got some views. But if you were to search that, like I think that comes up number one actually. So based on my limited SEO knowledge, I tried to rank for something. All right. Only the top 10, not all of them. Top 10 for what? Okay, we addressed your space cadet question. All right, we got more audience coming on here. So we addressed that one too. Got a big backlog of comments here, which I like. I drip in my IRAs only. Why IRAs only? Because really, you can make unlimited dividends in the IRAs, because you're not going to get taxed because it's in the IRA. So it doesn't matter. Well, good. I'm glad you liked my answer. So it depends, like anything else in life. Yeah, just like any economist tells you, it depends. For me, I'm not doing the drip in anything right now. I would rather, instead of drip, I'd just rather have the whole faucet on, like in my thumbnail, the money pouring out of the faucet. That's what I like instead of dripping. But um, no, I don't do the drip right now. I just take the money and I buy what I want with it in terms of new funds. So that's a great idea. Actually, you're coming out with a lot of good ideas. Do you think? What does the audience vote on here? Actually, you know what? I may do a poll later too. Should I wear the space helmet? I don't know. I want to be professional because this is a fund manager, but I'm not probably not the most professional channel on here. But actually, I'll show you. I'll show you what I do with dividends. Hold on a second, since we're having fun here. Um, I don't like to drip them. I like to take them in cash. That way I can spend them. See, like this, TH bucks. I am going to mass produce this one day. It's one of the channel thumbnails. So here's what I'll do for tomorrow. If anyone asks Jay a dumb question, then they get the space helmet. If they ask a dumb question, that's what we'll do. So I'll have it here. I'll have it here sitting ready to go. So there we go. That's what we'll do. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, I got my winnings from my trivia the other day. Oh, come on. You're no fun. Come on. You show up and that's all you got. Give me a break. Funny money from the club. It spends well at the club, actually. That's the best place. Talk about a conversation starter, because that obviously you can imagine where the conversation goes from there. So it's, oh, you're a YouTuber. Yeah, that's one of my, one of the channel thumbnails, one of the video thumbnails. That's what I thought because I was trying to compete with that UWI channel, and he's in suits and stuff like that. So I was trying to really up my game professionally. So as you can see, that's where I came up with a really nice professional. This is what I would use on LinkedIn. Basically, if you were to find my LinkedIn profile, that would be my LinkedIn profile. Especially with this, that would definitely be my LinkedIn. That would get me a lot of job offers, right? For sure. But you know what? Like I say, attention is a type of currency in today's world. So, got to get attention. Suits and ties and all that aren't necessarily going to get attention. The things of the past don't work as well today. It means no worries. Yeah, Hakuna Matata means no worries, right? You don't even smoke weed. How do you know? You're out there on the West Coast. You probably have a lot of it out there. What makes you think that's a joint, by the way? That's not just like a cigarette? All right. I got to be careful what all I say here for the algorithm. I did a 420 video one time, and they demonetized it. I thought that was okay. I thought everyone was cool with that. No, I misjudged. All right, let's see here. Heck yeah. Top 10. Oh, top 10 for tech stocks. What were we talking about? I can't remember. No worries. That's where you showed up. Yes, sir. I'm going in reverse order here. 300 by September for what meta? Oh, well, thank you for the compliment. Some people say they think better actually after they smoke, but I appreciate the compliment. You're probably right. Let me ask you though. Do you think would I get more audience or less audience? Like, see if you come across too. I don't want to use the term square, but if people think you're cool, you're going to get more audience, right? Especially more younger audience, right? Which you need that demographic. I mean, you think about it, the younger audiences need to learn investing too, just as much as anybody else, right? Really, all demographics do, but the more you have, the better. So you're thinking Meta will be up to 300 by September. Okay, well, hopefully it does it a little bit before then because I need to sell before then. And then after that, it can crash. Once I'm out of it, it can crash. Or once me and all of you are out of it. How about that? Just us. It'll be our little secret, right? So yeah, definitely we'll do that. What's funny? I do attend like a poker group, and for the ante, one time I threw out that money, the fake money, and it got some good laughs. One person was too serious, so they were like, "No, you can't use that." I'm like, "It's just a joke, dude." All right. Less audience, anybody can smoke weed. Very few can invest efficiently like you. Oh, thank you. You're just doling out the compliments this evening. What's the best question to ask this guy tomorrow? Well, I would hope you all would know. I've got some that I'm going to ask. Like I said, I'm going to ask why NVIDIA, after the big earnings blast, I'm going to ask why NVIDIA didn't go up as much. And I think I get it a little bit, but I just want him to answer. And then I want him to go into how the dividends are calculated, which he's already answered some of you in the emails, but I want him to, I don't know if he'll be able to answer this one, but give us like a good guesstimate for next month. He actually offered to come on. He offered to come on after the next dividend, after like June 5th or so. But I said, let's just go ahead because I think he's going to go on vacation and stuff. So I said, let's just go ahead and do it tomorrow, basically. And then he can come on again. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully he'll come on, again. But yeah, 5 o'clock, because he's here on the East Coast. He's actually further east than me. He's on the other coast of Florida, actually. So yeah, hopefully you all will come up with some good questions there and just work on your spelling of tomorrow there a little bit there. Big Lance. All right, what other comments do we have? Let me go to stock analysis. Oh, I got a good email from, I think it was Tatiana. She sent me a nice email today about having a question about earnings and stuff. I gotta remember to answer that. All right, so let's go into how are we doing here? Oh, almost midnight on the East Coast. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, look who showed up. Let's see here. What about, do they expect the share price to erode like most high paying dividends? Yeah, good question. Just, I'm going to have a hard time remembering all these. So hopefully you all can come back tomorrow with those same questions. All right, Rob Smith. Wow, this will be good. I got some questions for him. Well, hopefully join in tomorrow. Careful there, Big Lance. We're going to have to come up with we're going to have space helmets for the thumbs too after a while. So for those of you that just joined, the space helmet is a little bit of a inside joke that we just started. Who am I interviewing? Oh, I'm interviewing a high ticket guest. I guess you just joined, so you're a little bit late to the party, but Jay from YieldMax is coming on tomorrow. So that should be fun. No, it's not Andre. Andre is like a co-host. I wouldn't be interviewing him, but we have tried to get a lot of people on that our Facebook groups that we're in. We've tried to get a lot of people on, and a lot of fly-by-night people. There's one person on Facebook that screwed me out of some money. And this happens. I will say to all of you all, when you're in this business as a YouTuber, it's going to happen. You're going to get screwed out of money one way or another. Most of the big YouTubers, when they talk about their journey, they talk about how they've been screwed. And one guy really let me down because one guy that actually helped me with my channel getting monetized and stuff, I paid for his coaching program, and it was to do a channel automation. And I may end up doing an expose video because I'm pretty ticked off, honestly. Because I asked him, and this is partly my fault. I thought he was a decent guy, actually. He happens to be Canadian, actually, and he runs he runs a channel on YouTube also. He's got like 12,000 subscribers, and he has a big company. He does this channel automation stuff, which here's the thing. I've tried to do channel automation and stuff too. If you look at my videos under the videos tab, um, I've paid people to edit and produce these videos just with my voiceover. Um, and the thing is, it doesn't work. There's not much ROI because I paid like $500 for 1 month to do 8 videos, and basically every video didn't even make like $1 in ad revenue. So I paid 500 to make maybe $8. Great business move, right? Actually, I need to put on the space helmet for that one. I have glasses on, so it won't go on, but I should wear the space helmet for doing that. So, oh, let's see here. The Canadian guy I mentioned is from passive income investing. Oh, I thought that was like the Brazilian guy or something. He has kind of an accent. Goes all over the YieldMax stuff. Jay was on his channel. Oh, wow. That's good. So he was on a channel because I think that guy has over 60 or 70,000 subscribers. So if he's been on there, that bodes very well for this channel. Who's a Max Schiller? Passive income investing. I'm not going to attack too many other channels, but I can tell you the person I was just mentioning that I met on Facebook that really let me down. I'm about to do a big expose video on them. So if they don't work something out with me, because I paid for a coaching service that I'm not saying it's a crappy product, but it just didn't work out for me. And I waited too long. I paid for it like 4 or 5 months ago, and he's basically telling me that there's nothing I can do because it's been 5 months. But I didn't even access any of the videos or the Discord or anything like that. But he really let me down. You think somebody's decent, and then they turn out to maybe not be. But what I told him, I said, here's the thing. The last 3 months, what I've seen on this channel, I'm a personality channel now. Like I show my face, people like me. I'm getting more audience than I've ever had. I've probably doubled my audience in the last 3 months. So there's no point in doing this like faceless channel automation thing. And I think it's a waste of money anyway. You have to take off, you have to really grow big to do that. So, all right, go back and watch his videos. Most of his recommendations are down. Interesting. 30 for 30 special coming soon on what? Isn't that what ESPN does? The 30 for 30s? I think I canceled ESPN Plus. Wow, TSLY at 1532. I know. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Because I'm in the black officially. I knew you were gonna make that. I knew somebody was gonna make that joke. The coach getting coached. Well, it happens. I mean, you all kind of coached me on here with different stuff. I think I'm almost getting to the point I'm learning more from you all than you're learning from me sometimes, which is good. That's what a community is all about, right? It's a two-way street. It's just like when you enroll in a university and the professor learns more from you than you learn from the professor, but you're paying. So that's a little bit worse because you're paying tuition, but the professor's learning more from you than you're learning from the professor. At least this is free for the most part. So, but yeah, no, that does happen. Everybody in this business on their way up, they get screwed one way or another because there's so many scammers online. And I vow to all of you all, I will never be a scammer. You know, you can come back and cut this clip and find it. If anybody's ever, if I sell a course, somebody's pissed off at it, I will make it right. I'm not just going to say, oh no, well you paid for it and this and that. You know. All right. I was laughing at UWI today. Yeah, aren't we all? He is pushing e-guides on Cornerstone for $100. What a joke. What is the e-guides on Cornerstone? I wonder, some of these channels, they say, get kickbacks from some of these funds. So I don't know how that would work, but you've seen some of these channels, like they push the same funds over and over again, right? So, wow, look at this. We've almost been going for an hour. No screen share yet. So, all right, let me see here. Let me go to. I want to review. All right, now that AK Denoth showed up, now we can go into the screen share. I was waiting for him to show up. How to do the rights offerings? Yeah, I've got to look into that. You mentioned that a couple videos ago. I think I even have a note on my phone, but I'm just like I was as a student. I'm not good at doing my homework. I always said it was like homeroom work, not homework. Do it in your homeroom and work on margin. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see. So check something here, and then we'll jump to the screen share. Look at you, big spender here. Dumped 60,000 of SVOL today. Put it into TLTW. Why did you dump? You're about to get the dividend tomorrow. Why did you do that? Isn't that the opposite of your strategy? Put it into TLTW. Oh wait. You already held through the ex dividend date, so you're going to get the dividend anyway, right? It will give me a sweet dividend of 1181 per month. Just don't understand SVOL. It's been consistent for sure. So you're actually following your strategy, aren't you? So you're going to get the dividend from SVOL, but you dump the shares before. How does that work again? Because so you're dumping the shares before the ex dividend date, like before the shares drop, right? For the dividend payout, which is tomorrow, I think, right? So you're getting, it's almost like you're like having your cake and eating it too, in a way, because you're taking the dividend, right? But you're not having to take the loss or the share drop from like the ex dividend date. That's actually genius. So kudos to you for that. All right, stock analysis. Let's see here. I have to do at least one screen share at some point. Like a professor, if you're in class, you feel like you're not getting what you pay for. If the professor just talks, you have to have some kind of a screen share, right? So SVOL goes down when VIC goes up. Are you expecting a calm market? Well, hopefully calmer. I would like to get back to where we were, over the last, from 2017 to 2021, where we had just pretty much a calm, pretty much low volatility, but just doing this. That was the best for sure. Yeah, VIX Vapor Rub, right? All right, so here's the screen share. All right, is that good? We got a screen share in. Now we can end it. I'm just kidding. I'm actually gonna look up stuff, so not to worry. All right, stock analysis. And let's see, TSLY, just want to confirm there that, yeah, we were up, because I did see, because I'm in the black again. So we were up 3.51% today, which is really good. So do you all think the dividend will be back to normal this month? So 52 cents we were up in the TSLY, and that's because Tesla was also up today. Tesla was up, let's see here. Yeah, Tesla's back over 200, like I mentioned earlier in the video. We were up $8 today 201.16. And then let's see, NVDY 23.71. We were up 54 cents today. And that's the first question that I'm going to ask Jay tomorrow. What the hell is this? All right. The first question I'm going to ask Jay tomorrow is why this one, and I think some of you already answered that, but I just want him to answer it. Why this one didn't go up 30% like NVIDIA stock. And I'm assuming that's because they had to roll some of the options in it. Let's look at Palantir while we're at it. Palantir doubled in recent weeks, May 5th. And you all have been waiting, so many of you all have been waiting for Palantir to do this for so long. So I'm glad to see that it actually is happening. Look at that, 124%. So let the meme crowd go nuts at this point. Let's see here. Circle back to the comments here. Let's see. Yep, I'm okay. And get another one from TLTW. Just have to be in at X dividend date. It's a genius strategy, like I say. SVOL goes down. Yeah, we read that one. TLTW should rise also as interest rates start to get cut late 23. Okay, so we had this discussion a little bit earlier. I think Hoffman said it was good. It might be January when rates start to get cut. So between Q4 and Q1 of next year, rates will start to get cut. So then by Q1 next year, we could really be back to a bull market at that point. Made 30,000 in one day in Tesla. Well, how much Tesla do you have? That's phenomenal. That's like if I did that, I probably wouldn't need to work. But then what do you do for health insurance? That's the thing. That's what's annoying. It's like, do you have to like freaking work till you're 65 or whatever just because of health insurance? Like I would rather, if I could trade like that, I would rather just retire. It took a $30 move in Tesla to get TSLY to move $1. I know that's what concerns me about these funds, for real. All right, let's see here. Come on. Let's look at APLY. We've been going over an hour here, so we're on overtime now. Oh, after midnight. 21.51 in APLY. And I think this is still our most stable of the 3 or 4 that we've got now. We're up like 6.5% year to date. 2020 it started. It's up like $1.31. And then, does anyone know when Amazon is coming? So we've got TSLY, NVDY, APLY, and then we'll look at OARK while we're at it. Because I know, it's not like any of you could just look this up on your own. I mean, you're tuning into this channel, so we look it up live, right? Even though the market's closed. 16.29, up 40 cents or 252, down 22 cents in the after hours. We're up, down year to date, but we're up in the last like month or 5 days. We're up 10% in the last 1 month. How about that? Well, Kathy Wood looking like a genius again. But we're down overall, like since the start of the year. So, all right, let's see. What else do y'all want to talk about here? We can kick things around here. Let's get into health insurance. Why not? I'm so glad that Obamacare fixed everything, by the way. Not. See, because you pay $2,500 a month in health insurance, and that's ridiculous. You're retired, right? That is a ridiculous. That's almost like a full-time job for some people to be paying in health insurance. That's absurd. So you need to make your $30,000 in Tesla just to cover your health insurance. That's ridiculous. But good thing you're a high roller. You can afford all of that. Not everyone can. It's exactly 30,000. So you need to make your profits in Tesla just to be able to cover that. Okay, hang on just a second here. Haven't heard of this place. All right, welcome, late joiner here, Glenn Furs. Good question for Jay. All the new funds. Just go over the performance of all the new funds and why they don't move up as much. That's probably going to be a common question. Why they don't move up as much as the stock. So all the stocks, all those ETFs pretty much behave the same way. All right. Oh, for those of you that joined late, so if we get any dumb questions tomorrow, we have the space helmet. I'm going to keep it handy, the Space Cadet helmet. It was kind of a little inside joke that we just started, so you'll see in the beginning of the video. All right, what else do we want to cover here? upcoming. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead once I end this. I'm gonna go ahead. I may put out a poll. I'm gonna do some kind of audience engagement to try to get you all, involved. And I'm hoping most of you can join. But it's gonna be at 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and schedule it now. That way, most of you, hopefully, I want to get really good participation. He may only be on here for like 30 minutes, and then we can keep going after that. We can just keep going. We can kind of review what he said and whatnot. We can go over an hour if we need to. I mean, it'll be early evening, so um, late afternoon, early evening, So sometimes you get too confused. Like I do that with drinks sometimes. Like have a late afternoon beverage, not to be confused with an early evening beverage. But yeah, that's the deal with that. So hopefully you all can tune in. What else do we want to kick around here? We've looked at all the FANG stocks. Oh, let's just look at some. Can we look at indexes on here? Let me see. I just want to see like the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's actually having a really banner year. We're up. So good thing in my old 401k, I'm actually in a large cap. Wait a second. This isn't right. I want the index. I'm still kind of learning this this tool here. I guess I can't just search indexes. That's disappointing. Got Smokey the Bear on there. Oh, look here. Top gainers. So I'm sure someone knew today to buy all of these, right? Like a day trader. Someone knew to buy call options on all of these to the left, and they knew to do put options on all these to the right, right? Let's see. Are there any that we recognize here? Haven't really heard of any of these. So how can these be up so much? I've never heard of them. And then these, I haven't heard of any of these. Huh? Pharmaceutical one. How about that 82%? That's cool. Google Finance back in the day when it was good, it used to show some of this. So let's see what we got here. Trending. Ooh, what's this one? AI. Anybody know anything about this one? C3 AI Inc. 33% today that was up. It's a weird kind of looking name, but the ticker is AI. Anybody know anything about this one? How about Atento SA? Oh, that was like the top mover today. That's just based on search volume, I think. So, all right, what else do we got here? I'm going to be ending it here pretty soon. Upcoming 7 Cali time. What do you mean 7 Cali time? No, it would be 2 o'clock. It's going to be 5 o'clock. What is this? Padufas. What is this? Is that a fun? So no, it would be 2 p.m. California time. So just wake up a little earlier, It's funny when I'm out that way. It's very easy for me to get up early because 9 a.m. out there is like noon out here. So I can feel like I slept in, and it's like, wow, it's only 9 in the morning. But if you're an active trader, of course, you want to be up at like 6:30 in the morning out there. So, all right. Does anybody have anything else? Any last minute discussion points we want to go over before tomorrow? This is kind of like pregame for tomorrow. So, if nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, what do we have here? Biotech funds with news releases, top gainers. Give us some examples. Biotech funds with news releases. You have some tickers on that one? I'm interested to see now since you mentioned that. Pull up some tickers. We'll go another minute or so here. Meanwhile, I will review on my phone so NASDAQ. Let's see how much we're up for the year to date. 25% for the year. How about that? And since we bottomed, when did we bottom in the NASDAQ? We bottomed and we call the bottom October 14th, close to a second bottom, January 3rd. Let's see. Yeah, we're very close. So January 3rd was almost like the second bottom, not to be confused with the first bottom. So, all right, we're up 2,630 points, 25.32%. We're up 10% in the S&P. Come on, give me some biotech funds here. I'm buying time for you. S&P up 10%. The Dow, we're flat in the Dow basically. Get the TLTW guy on and SVOL guy too. How about this? You have my email, right? So your homework assignment is to get these people on. So I want somebody, because I'll tell you that KJK Good, I won't give his real name, but he is the one that really quarterbacked this whole thing. He really worked it out, got us in touch, and it really all came together very quickly today. So your homework assignment, Rob Smith, is to get these guys on. Email me, give me their email, give me their contact information. Oh, the number of live viewers went up. That means I have to keep going. So give me some biotech. Give me some biotech funds here. Top gainers. Okay, Dow is down, but who cares about the Dow? Russell, Space Cowboys. Oh, you got to go. We were just getting 20 viewers on here. P3 Health. What is this one? P3 Health. Oh, it's like P Roman numeral 3. Is that like a penny stock? Ooh, 126.88%. How about that? Are you in that one? So you're saying biotech funds with news releases. Oh, is that because it had like an FDA approval or something? I think. Oh, I don't have this one on my list. I'm going to add it to my list now, but within 10 minutes, it'll probably be forgotten, you know? So, all right, we got that one. Oh, Russell 2000. Boy, this is choppy. I'm glad I got out of those. I need to get out of those small caps because this is flat for the year. But really, NASDAQ is having a very phenomenal year, and S&P is doing really well too. So, and it looks like the debt ceiling thing is going to pass. Surprise, surprise. Yes, sir. Did that guy that does margin ever contact you? I gave him your email. Oh, who? The unconventional wealth ideas. I wouldn't mind having him on. Is that who you're talking about? And are you saying yes, sir, to him or me? I like that I command being called sir and all, but the guy in a suit. Oh, well, what would his? I don't know what his real name would be. So you gave him my email. You know what you know what you can do? CC me, email him again, and CC me. Do that. Have you emailed me? Let me see. Have you? Do you just go by Rob Smith? Let me see here. Oh, I have another Rob Wilson from vidIQ. When I hit 90,000 views, see that? I didn't post on there. That just happened like 8 days ago. If only I had like $1 per view, be rich. Okay, so yeah, so email me on that one then. Oh, look, they sent me. I just happened to, because I searched for Rob, so I'm happening to see these now. So I just I got a little thing for 1,500 subscribers, but I didn't get one for 1,600 yet. But yeah, hey, I'm definitely I'm game for having him down. I know I've made a joke or two, but and some of the audience has too. But yeah, I'm sure I'm definitely up for a collab. You know, we talk about a lot of similar things. You know, seem to have similar values as investors and similar philosophy. So yeah, definitely wouldn't mind. But anyway, all right, everyone, really good live stream. Going to call it quits there. Oh, you show up just now. All right, now I got to keep going now. Hey, look what I got to go along with the Florida man stuff. I've got a space helmet now. So if anybody comes on tomorrow and asks any dumb questions, I'm pulling out the space helmet for sure. So remember that. That was a little inside joke for those of us that have been on for a while. So just so you know, we're actually having Jay from YieldMax on tomorrow. So I'm hoping for only good questions. Otherwise, you get the space helmet. So yeah. Margin scares me. You know, it's funny because his account, I almost for a second, like, I thought either you know him or you guys are related or something, but I thought he was showing like a parent's account or something because it seemed like it's a lot of money. I guess he's older than I thought. I thought he was like younger than me, but because I actually showed my account the other day, or one of mine. I have several accounts, but I'm not going to show you all everything. I'll show you all when I do like a private Discord and whatnot. I will do probably, total portfolio reveal and whatnot. Well, some of you that are really smart, you can put two and two together. Because I throw out little clues, like I say, oh, 40% of my portfolio is this, 10% is that. So, but yeah, I showed you all my Ameritrade account, which is basically the bulk of my brokerage account and stuff. I have a couple questions ready, but I'm hoping all of you all will have good questions ready. Um, because I need the audience participation. So I'm thinking middle of the day, since none of you all really work or anything, you just hang out, in the middle of the day. Because I like I said, one of my best live streams happen to be in the middle of the day. So yeah, um, that's huge, right? Me having Jay on, not this. I saw that he said he gets like 100,000 a year. Well, funny, because another relative that I actually helped get into TSLY, they could have claimed they were getting like 60,000 in dividends before TSLY dropped. So that can be a bit subjective, but yeah. Well, I always bring that. I always have jokes and stuff, and since half of my audience is usually buzzed up or drunk anyway, it makes things a lot more entertaining, you know. But like I said, any stupid questions, you get the space helmet. So, like I said earlier, I wanted to take this into work at my old job because we had. I didn't work for NASA, but you would think I did because I worked around a lot of space cadets, and I wanted to take this in and just. I would probably gotten in trouble for it because we live in a very PC world, but I wanted to just put this like on a person's desk and say, all right, you know what, you have to keep this at your desk for a whole day, because you're space cadet for the day, basically. How does a banker ask you, well, you show some interest? Yeah, that's funny. How about why did the coach go to the bank to get his quarterback or something like that? Yeah, there's some money jokes. Yeah, that's a good one though. I like that one. Um, but yeah, so yeah, let's get that channel on, and yeah, we'll have a lot of fun tomorrow with that one. So yeah, he'll be on at five o'clock Eastern time. So that means I have to be on time. That's going to be a chore for me. Have to sign off of work a little early and stuff. Of course, we'll have a lot of fun. But this guy being a fund manager, he's probably a serious guy and whatnot. So, but I already do. So they are partnered with the YieldMax funds, or they use the YieldMax funds. But like, I've already got money queued up, ready to invest tomorrow. I've got the cash money sitting here, so it's all ready to go. Should I use this thumbnail tomorrow? Would that look professional? I'm trying to be more professional. So if I use this thumbnail, would that work? Yeah, I've tried to get a lot of collabs. Like I said, Andre and I, we run into a lot of scammers on Facebook, and none of them really have the cojones to come on here. They have the cojones to reach out and even call you through Facebook Messenger and hawk their products and stuff like that, but they won't come on here. One person actually blocked us, I think, and we're probably going to troll that person at this point because he's running a YouTube channel. Well, I can go ahead. His name's Patrick Heron, and he's a YouTube coach with like 28 subscribers, and we invited him on because what better way? Like, if I was going to be a YouTube coach and I wanted to grow my audience, I would go on bigger channels and I would let them grill me. I have no problem with that. It sharpens the blade. It helps you grow as a person. I mean, I'll take it. Oh my god, another one of these dry jokes. It's just play money. My god. All right, you want me to pull out? I'll pull out real money. Here. I'll be right back. Okay, if you're that hung up on fake money, I'll pull out real money. There. You like that? This is what I'm going to invest in Tesla tomorrow. How do you like this, Rob Smith? I'm going to put all this in Tesla tomorrow. See? See, totally real. How much would you all put? How much actually? $1,000 a dividend, $1,000 in dividends a month would be nice, right? At a minimum. Well, that's what I'm getting now, right? So that would be Let's see. It's funny, I used a thumbnail where I was doing like this basically. Um, and yeah, see, since you're all worried about fake currencies, I'll just use this, you know? Oh, you're just too smart. I can't fool you, can I? You Canadian people are just too smart. You should spend some time in Florida. It would lower your IQ a little bit. Then you could fall for my jokes. Half a share. You all should buy Tesla. $200, right? I wish, like at the casino, like I just say, hey, I want broker. I want a share of Tesla. Give it to me. 30,000 invested in TSLY is roughly 1,000 a month. Is that like at the current dividend rate or what? Because like I said, at the old dividend rate, I could have claimed, like for a relative, I could have claimed that I basically helped them get into a lot of TSLY, and I could have claimed that I was making them like 60,000 a year. So, but yeah, yeah, that other channel, I'm definitely game for having him on, and I always have other stuff in the works too. But like I said, a lot of these scammy type people don't want to come on. Roughly, I get 800 ish with 27,000 invested. 800 per month. Is that what you're saying there? 800 per month. See something here. All right, just checking something here. Okay, so yeah, 800 a month. So that's like roughly 10,000 per year. I think that's about what I showed in the brokerage too. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm up in the thing. I was going to end this a while ago, but I had some of the key folks show up here. Who the hell is this? I got a strange request on LinkedIn. Um. Oh, let me look at. I don't know who this is. Knows a lot of the same people. Okay. Oh, let me go into my. I want to see. I just want to look and see that. Whoa, I'm actually in the black in the TSLY. So let me log into my favorite platform here. Did you all like the missed opportunity and the NVDY call option that I sold too soon? You all weren't too harsh on me, but some people, like some relatives, were like, "Wow, you should have known NVIDIA was going to do that." Yeah, do you trade? You don't even. You have to ask me for tips on how to trade. So give me a break. All right, let's see. Um, hmm, some stuff's really recovering. TSO, I just want to see that. Ah, there it is. Look at there, right in the middle. Wow, I'm up $353 in TSLY. Check that out. See that? I'm up 353, or the lighting just changed there, or 2.67%. Nice. All right. So, and there's some that are way down. Palantir. I'm in the black in the Palantir. How's this P Lab stock doing? I might need to sell out of that one. I should actually look at this stuff closer. P Lab was one of my first call options that did really well. Oh shit, I need to sell this one. Shit. Oh, wait. No, it's only back to where it was like a year ago. Oh, but still, really close. I may actually pull the trigger and sell. This must have had an earnings blast, which I'm surprised because one of my options services um, recommended this one a while ago, but they don't ever go back to the same stocks. It's always like different ones, but some of the same ones have repeated profit blasts over and over. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use it. Earnings blasts. They have repeated earnings blasts over and over again. But sometimes people don't go back to the same stocks that they've used. So, all right, 2,000 shares at 1370, up three. Nice. That's really good for you. You can almost retire off of that. It's probably a month's income, right? 861 last month. Amazon, sixth most volatile stock in the stock market. Really? Well, it is recovering. It is starting to recover. But yeah, TLTWX date is 5/2, pay date is 5/8, 19% now. How are you calculating that? So the ex dividend date was what, May 2nd, and the pay date 5/8, 19% dividend. So you're actually, I really like your strategy there. I feel like I could do that if I really followed this closer, like all day, or I'm working full time too, so it's kind of hard to like sit there and I'm going to look at my stocks while I'm on the job, especially with going back into the office. But your strategy is basically you're selling out of one before the ex dividend date, and then you're not taking the hit on it, and then you're buying the other one like right after the ex dividend date, right? So it's almost like having your cake and eating it too. So yeah, yeah, interesting. Yeah. So how long are you keeping that one? How long do y'all want to go here? I've been going like I've been going about a half hour longer than I was planning on. Let me check something here. Okay, so I looked at that. So I'm in the black and the TSLY. Um, how much cash do I have to buy? I'm letting the dividends accumulate here. The portfolio is starting to recover pretty nice actually. I'll feel better like if I have a year salary in the portfolio, then I can, if I ever have to, I can touch that before the 401k. I think right now combined it's over six figures, but you know what? Hell with it. Let me just show you all. That's basically what I'm at today combined. Does UWI have that? But that's the Roth IRA and the other one too. So let me see here. The brokerage though, this is the one. The Roth I obviously can't touch. This one is basically 60% of it. So only for core fans, by the way. TSLY dividend. Yeah, I'm hoping it does go up. 6/8. Oh, that's when it comes. Yeah, because Jay actually said he was going to be on vacation, so he's not going to be able to, come on like next week. But he definitely was down for coming on after after the next dividend date. So let's see. Oh, this does give me margin, even though I don't use the margin. It does give me margin on here, but I have some cash to buy stuff if I want to. So I think my dividend yield, I want to say it's like 10%. Yeah, because I think it's like 10 or 11,000 off of like 100, so that's like 10%. I just like the idea of having money to fall back on if I ever need to. I don't want to sell out of stuff, but I'm starting to slowly build back up the brokerage account, build back better, right? Question, fire away. Remember it for tomorrow. You're going to be able to join on time tomorrow, right? I mean, I usually have the trouble joining on time, but you're going to be able to join tomorrow. I'm hoping 5 o'clock. So what's a great question? Because I'm not going to write all these down. I'm hoping you all just, you can mention them now, but mention them again tomorrow too. So what's your great question? You worried of selling out of YieldMax stuff? It doesn't have a lot of volume. I don't know. I'm going to hold for now. I'm just seeing what you all do, honestly. I didn't even know about YieldMax 3 months ago. So yeah, I'm just going to write it out just like SVOL. I think I'm just going to write it out. I do kind of agree with Rob Smith's sentiments that, SVOL might be a little volatile in the long run, but I'm going to write it right now. It's been stable for me. So I respect what he's doing, but I'm going to write it out for now. So, all right. Was that your question or, like, are you asking like if he's worried about selling out of YieldMax? I mean, if he's worried about like a massive sell off or something, because yeah, that would definitely impact the fund. Yeah, I'm going to stay in SVOL for a while. In fact, I think SVOL is a chunk of my dividend portfolio. That and TSLY, those I think make up like 80% of my dividend portfolio. So nothing wrong with SVOL. It's steady, but you're selling, aren't you? Because I thought you were a little worried, like long term, what it might do. So anyway, all All right, everyone. It's been fun. I'm gonna have to call it quits there, but thank you all for showing up. Had a good participation again. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. That could happen, yeah. But like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't know if we really had any new people on here tonight, but new folks are always welcome. And remember, spread the word, friends, family, everyone, bring them on. Keep growing THB Nation, right? All right, everyone, take care. See you on the flip side tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there, be square, right? Thank you all again. Take care. Good night.